Hi, me and Misfits here. Working in we're in my house now because Cory didn't want to shoot in the car.
In his garage, at his house.
Hey, if I could do it for Barbie alone, that's no excuse for you. But as you can tell by my actually very snazzy AMC IMAX glasses compared to this thing that Regal gives you. Yeah. Well, as you can tell from the title, probably this is going to be a second take on Gravity, which this guy hadn't seen before today, and I wanted to see again before RoboCop took over the screens on Wednesday.
Yeah, I wanted to see this for quite a while now.
It's Gravity. It's one of those movies that, out of all the candidates you had to see in theaters, get the full impact. And it's coming out on Blu-ray in a couple of weeks, so...
Oh well, IMAX is better.
Yeah, even that. Well, okay,
don't go on this tangent.
There's a thing about AMC and their IMAX screens. I want to make a point of this. A lot of AMCs, or at least in our area, they're all fake IMAX screens. A lot of IMAX screens in Southern California, in Southern SoCal at least, are fake IMAX screens. If you want, if you're a SoCal resident, then and you want to watch a real IMAX movie, go to the Irvine Spectrum. At least that's as far as I know. But in terms of, at this theater in particular, it was obviously a very poorly converted IMAX. It's only a little bit bigger than your average screens. It was a really dark theater too.
Well, that's just because they were being stupid with the lighting. But the screen is
a
little bit bigger. It's noticeably different.
It's a noticeable difference when you're entering the theater.
Noticeably larger.
But if you've been me and been to a real IMAX screen,
you
then it's incredible.
and your have to have the proper thing.
I'm just saying, if you're gonna pay $5 extra, you need to know what you're getting into. But anyway, back to the actual review. If you haven't seen our first original Gravity review, I'll put it somewhere in the description down there or in an annotation.
Summary.
Well,
put a link.
I know, that's what I said. I put a link.
You said summary.
I said put a link.
Summary.
But anyway, since you hadn't seen it, what did you think of it?
Overall, I thought it was good. Message. Move on. Don't let the past bother you. I thought that was a pretty good message.
Now, hold on. I thought the tagline was "Don't let go," and
don't let go of what?
Of each other. And
I said the past,
yeah.
not the present. The present's different.
Okay.
If you want to hold on to the present, then go ahead.
Yeah.
The past, though. I said the past. Yeah, so there's that. I thought the visual quality of the movie, at least
effects wise,
in IMAX-ish.
We call it LIMAX.
You and your stupid thing. I thought that was pretty good. 3D is not really that much 3D, but...
Are you kidding me? This movie has 3D all over, but I think that's more... Because 3D is such a tricky thing, because it's not just about you and your eyes, but also about where you're sitting in your theater.
Oh, we were in the middle!
I know, but 3D does not work when you're in the middle. It works better if you're at an angle.
I kept tilting my head like this, and it kept getting all blurry.
That's
oh wait. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was like that too. Oh, there's a little there. Yeah. I was like that too.
So,
do you think it's worth 10 Oscar nominations?
I don't know what to compare it to, so I'll just say yes. Just say yes. I don't know what I'm comparing it to.
Did you think all the artistry and the technical aspects of it, the fact that it was so much of the movie was
I want to know how they did they just take a snapshot or something and it just rotate?
No, what they did was they put her in the center of this basically this giant box of lights, of LED lights around a green screen, and just moved that around her.
The green screen?
No, not the green screen, this light box. Because you know how they have to have the light reflect around her helmet?
Sure.
That's how they did it. They just had the whole box rotate around her. While she's she is locked, anchored into something still.
Okay.
It's one of those movies that you'd want to see on Blu-ray to see just to watch the special features to how they did all of these scenes, because all these scenes are in long single shot takes with barely any editing. Even though I thought that kind of gave out towards the end.
Well, at the end, she returns home, so
yeah,
there's not much stuff to do. As she's sitting in the thing. She's sitting in a chair. What is the effects supposed to do? You just need to do outside effects. So, anyways, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. I'm not gonna do a plot synopsis or whatever.
You're welcome to spoilers. This movie's been out for
I know.
This movie's been out for months.
But sending someone out to space after 6 months of training, not being able to pass the landing simulator.
Yeah.
Honestly, not being exposed obviously enough to panic, and I don't think she's experienced what it's like to be pretty much alone. I mean, that's one of the things you should be trained to, I think, for space exploration. Yeah. I mean, those are all elements that come up and further the plot.
Yeah.
That you probably wouldn't have in real life. But I still say overall it was good. Despite the plot flaws.
It's all about the themes. It's
I guess it would be more of a backstory flaw or something like that. Not a plot flaw necessarily. The plot flaw would be
plot hole. We call them plot holes. Or
plot hole, whatever. I don't care. Why would you blow up a satellite?
Because Russia doesn't know what else to do.
I'm pretty sure it's more expensive to blow it up. You could just let it sit there.
Okay, this guy, he kept talking to me during the movie about some of the physical, the scientific aspects of it.
Yep. I'm not the kind of person to go research something I like, although that's probably...
I'd like to think this movie's pretty scientifically
you just
accurate.
cut off my thing.
I'm sorry.
So I don't go research anything, but I was interested in space a lot as when I was in elementary school. So I looked at a lot of picture books, and then when I got to some physics, I asked them questions about it, but I didn't go look up on the computer or go look at some encyclopedias or what are those things?
No, I mentioned in the first review, but there's this whole scenario where a wave of debris will eventually hit another wave of debris and cause a chain reaction. What's it called again? I mentioned it in the first review, but do you remember what it's called off the top of your head?
When
debris in space, but other debris in space.
What they call it in the movie?
No, it's called theoretically.
When stuff blows up and blows other stuff up.
Yeah.
Chain reaction.
No, never mind. But what do you think of the themes of this movie? Because it's all about survival or overcoming trauma and just
Oh, that sounds good. Let it go. The past. Present she holds on to. She's like, nope, not gonna let it go.
Yeah. Until
finally at the end, maybe she's like, well, but even then, that's still 5 hours in the past or something. I don't know. So
yeah, the time frame in this movie is kind of confusing.
Sometimes it spends 5 minutes and 5 minutes, and sometimes it spends an hour and 5 minutes.
What did you think of the twist? George Clooney, he comes back from the dead. No, this guy, because I already saw the movie, so I was just trying to think of ways to be sassy to Cory. So when George Clooney came up, knocking on the door, I was like, twist! And this guy had no reaction.
I don't react very much, so I mean, at least not as much as this guy by tenfold.
Well, Well, I gotta admit, I like this movie. Like, you know, watching it again after, because I saw it the second time before in actual IMAX. It was way cooler than this.
Yeah, I'm sure it was.
It was.
I'm sure it
But what, like revisiting it now, like I'm so like impressed how like all of these moments, even though I've seen them all over and over again ad nauseum in the trailers and all the stuff on the internet, and actually seeing the movie twice beforehand, I'm still like sort of amazed how like I can so sort of be like holding on to my breath or sort of gasping like well like
I
in
think
moments.
that's what every movie director wants.
Yeah.
And director and writer.
Yeah.
They want you to always, every time you watch it, it's like pretty much the same effect.
Yeah.
Always have that. Gotta keep going and like, I don't know. I can't explain it, but
yeah.
they want that.
And I've noticed like now it's watching through how many like so many different like scenarios that basically involve like that whole like repeating theme of letting go. Is like how it's like when she's trying to float the Soyuz out of the tangle of the parachute.
Nah, don't even start there. You start at the beginning when she doesn't let go of the stupid belting the rope tether.
Yeah,
tether.
or like, yeah.
And then she doesn't want to let go of the guy again. What was his name?
Sure. George Clooney.
Yeah, he doesn't. When she finally gets rid of it and he finds her, she doesn't want to let go, and then she's like, panicking again.
No, like that Colin Soul thing about how her daughter died accidentally. It's like
no, but she didn't want to let go at first, and then he finally pushed her away.
No, it's not even that he pushed her away. Just like this is not Trace.
It's a little nudge. That's what he says. Little nudge.
Oh, yeah. No, like how he did it, because like this is not your choice to make. He just like unhooked himself from her. Like,
oh, that's further away.
Which one are you talking? Which scene are you talking
when
about?
When he finds her drifting in space.
I think that's. I didn't catch that kind of theme from that scene.
This is a recap.
Okay.
You may not get it in the beginning when you're watching it, and then. What happens? They get to the space shuttle, and then they're drifting toward the ISS.
That was a really cool scene, wasn't it?
She doesn't want to let go of him, and finally he's like, "Yeah, see ya. You can save yourself. I'm just gonna beat my record."
I really wish in like the special features of the commentary they have like they talk about like that whole like cliffhanger with the Mardi Gras story.
I don't know.
I hope so. It's like how in American also Louis C.K. kept like on an interview, I think in Conan, he talked about like the story of like the turd. No, like his ice fishing story, and it ended up being about like a turd.
I don't know.
Okay.
So anyways, yeah, I thought this movie was overall good. I mean, there's quite a bit of backstory flaws and a few plot holes. Like if something's accelerating, then it's not gonna, and it's in space, it's not gonna go at a constant speed. It's because there's no forces against it, so it's just gonna keep accelerating. So it shouldn't take a second hour and a half to come back around.
It's an artistic sacrifice.
Should be like an hour or something. I don't know.
It's an artistic sacrifice. Cory.
Sure, if you say so. But
you didn't like Sandra Bullock? She has to act off by herself. Like
yeah, I know. That puts a lot of pressure on her.
I felt really bad for her. Her backstory.
It's solely her backstory.
And like the whole like how many times she has how much like the world hates her, and then
world hates her,
or just like the laws of physics hate her. Or it's just like, I'm all alone again, and I just got my head hit and there was a fire in the thing.
That was her! Oh my god, I know that.
Yeah.
I was like, anything, and then she like learns, oh, okay, if I use this fire extinguisher, it's gonna push me. So I'm gonna use it to push myself around the space station.
I guess she almost forgot that. She's a doctor, you think she'd know.
Yeah.
I know she's in a stress.
She's also not trained for space. Again, that's a big problem right there.
Well, they needed her. They needed her expertise, like at that very moment.
I don't care. You don't send someone up in a life-threatening situation. Anything can go wrong, and stuff you will never imagine will happen like that. I mean, why is Russia blowing up a satellite?
Because it's defunct.
So what?
It's symbolic of like letting go of old things. As you said,
you can just, if you really want to, spend a giant ball of Earth's waste and just go push it out of orbit.
No, that's gonna be like in Futurama, like half the giant the giant garbage meteor or circle back around and destroy all of the world.
I said push it out of orbit.
No, but the garbage ball itself would circle back around and stuff.
You can. This is physics, dude. You can just plot a trajectory course where it will hit and not do that. And it'll just go flying somewhere else. And then, 500 years later, they can worry about it if it comes back.
That's exactly what happens in Futurama. They did the exact same thing in that episode of Futurama.
Or you could just plan a trajectory course where it's going to go and land on another planet.
No, but when the goal is to have a second garbage ball launch up to hit the other garbage ball out of orbit, but then that second ball will eventually come back around, and their solution
why is it in orbit in the first place?
Because someone like the last generation.
I didn't say in orbit. I said so it goes somewhere over there.
Okay. Well, I guess
Alright, this is
you're talking
it's completely off topic, anyways.
Yeah.
Overall, I think it's good despite flaws and what would happen in reality, and
I think I like it.
I like the picture. I mean, it definitely deserves a couple nominations.
Okay. I like it.
It did get.
It got 10. It got Best Picture, Director, Actress.
And would it win?
What?
Would it win?
We don't know yet. We'll know in a couple.
I'm not like these award person.
Okay.
I'm not an awards person. I don't watch those shows or anything.
Yeah. You gotta make me.
I just watch in the moment.
You have to do all this. Okay. I think I like this better a third time around. It's actually
third time around. You know how much I was pointing out these mistakes in reality.
Well, I'm starting to appreciate more of the cinematic craft, or the fact that I can be intrigued or invested into something.
Okay, well, that's
Gravity. Second take.
Gravity.
I'm
not even sure if that ship would survive that.
I like how
into Earth.
The Amanda looked pretty. It looked so pretty.
It
did. And the music was great.
I wasn't paying attention to the music except for that.
It was an IMAX.
Except for the radio.
You should be able to hear the music.
I tuned stuff out no matter how loud it is.
Okay.
Except for the radio that they were playing during the movie with the Western music. Or whatever.
Okay. I guess that'll be it for the Gravity second take. We'll be back in a quick second with a break, but
they won't know it's a quick second.
No, I just wanted to say thanks for watching.
Bye.